Kevin, thank you so much for inviting us to conduct this interview with you today and for allowing us to film your Sacred Circle this evening, which I know is one of the last ones that you're doing in Bali before you embark on your world tour. One of the questions I'd like to ask you is, what was your initial inspiration of now using Bhakti music as a way of creating a connection with many other people? And when did you start? What's your background?
Well, I think the inspiration from the beginning just came from within, and as I discovered little pieces of the puzzle, it all just came together over time. My background is, I was brought up in Australia in a very mainstream environment, and before the age of 21 I really had hardly any experience with even live music. It was my 21st birthday that someone came to my birthday party and played guitar for me live, and as soon as I saw it I just went, oh my God, I have to do that. And it was really just as I got exposed to devotional music and then kirtan, eventually I was just drawn to that rather than other styles. Mm-hmm. And I think in the beginning, for me musically, I had a dissatisfaction with the way that conventional music was, so I was looking for something else.
So did you start playing conventional music and then you came into Bhakti and Kirtan, or go straight into it?
I started doing cover songs of my favourite artists like James Taylor, Neil Young, Cat Stevens, the Beatles, all the stuff I was listening to. Yeah. And then I started writing my own songs. Mm-hmm. And I tended towards a deeper meaning to the songs, even from the very beginning. So.
Right. You said just now that pieces of the puzzle started to fall in place. Mm. What were those pieces of the puzzle that brought you to be Bhakti and Kirtan?
Well, many, but I suppose that if I just was to pick out some of the bigger pieces, when I first travelled to Asia at the age of 21, I left my job as a plumber and had my guitar, took off, and when I was in India, I met a girl there who travelled with me for a while, and she said, you have to come down to this place called Tiruvannamalai, and there's a you know, it was the resting place of a guru called Ramana Maharshi, and I didn't know really what she was talking about, but she taught me a bhajan. She taught me a song that they all chanted as they went up the mountain. She told me it was really ecstatic, and so I learnt my first bhajan, and I did that everywhere I went. I kind of would try and learn something from the locals and learn their music. So I would pull this song out in India, and I remember one time on the train, I just started playing it in the train, and all the Indians just came in and started singing it with me, and you know, the energy started lifting, and I was like, wow, what was that? I'd never really experienced that before. I was leading my first chant.
Wow, that's incredible. So with the chanting, or with the music, my first experience of this was on at the Bali Spirit Festival during the Bhakti evening.
That was your first experience?
That was my very first experience, yeah.
What an honour.
It was amazing. When we came to it, it was a beautiful experience for me, and that's part of my soul-searching journey, if you like, as well, to experience all these different things, rather like you on the bus. You started chanting and everyone joined in. And I'm thinking, wow, this is just incredible. But I didn't really get the music to start with, because music to me is lots of lyrics and lots of singing. And this is just a phrase that you repeat over and over again. What is that? What is it that makes it so hypnotic That's what I found. It was just really hypnotic, and the more I've listened to it, the more hypnotic it's become. So what is it that draws people into those chants?
Well, there's two questions there. What is it that makes it so hypnotic? Well, you answered that. It's the repetitive simplicity and repetition. I mean, that's how trance is induced all over the world, and people have used trance to reach higher states of awareness and ecstatic states of bliss. And there are people who master trance, and they can actually be in a trance most of the time. And the trance state is not something scary that someone's putting power over you. A lot of people desire trance. That's why trance music is so, the dance trance. You can dance yourself into a trance as well with repetitive music. Like if you listen to trance music, it's repetitive. It's just boom, 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 beats just going very simple. So, yeah, we use trance in a different way, I suppose. The lyrics, the words that you're repeating have a vibration and they have a meaning that is sometimes like has a fathomless depth to it. So you can't repeat it enough. You can't remind yourself enough of these truths that you're singing, or these prayers that you're sending out. So the other thing about it being so simple and repetitive is it means that you can come along and just start singing with everybody. And so through that act of singing, there's a lot happening. Just when we make the sounds, we stimulate emotions. Just like if you take any emotion to the extreme, there's a sound. Also, if you make a sound, you can get to the extreme of an emotion.
What are those emotions that it invokes, though? Does it differ for everyone, or does it depend on the chant?
I think it unlocks emotion. So it depends what you have inside of you that needs to be expressed and released. But they're positive ones of love and peace and joy, freedom. Some people, if they have negative built-up emotions, it might just be released as tears. And usually there'll be kind of a forgiveness or some kind of realization that happens. I hear many stories like that. But it's a healing tool for a lot of people.
Yeah, sure. And that's certainly what I've experienced. I felt within one session a mix of emotions. Sometimes I've felt sadness and tears have come out, but then I felt elation and joy and happiness and love. And I think the other thing that I notice as well is that everybody gets involved. And it seems that there is a whole ritual that precedes the singing itself, with the beautiful flowers, the way that they're positioned in a heart, for instance, the candles, the incense. Is that all part of what's happening?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And because I've not been involved in that, explain to me exactly what happens. Is there a sort of scene set first before those flowers are laid?
No, I think we just try and make the mandala as ceremoniously as we can, but there's nothing special about the way that we lay the flowers out. Sometimes we get people who arrive early to join in and just create it together. It's really about co-creation. And it's actually, in some ways, you could see the ritual of it as, in some ways, being kind of religious when you can stand back and look at it. But when you, I suppose, from my perspective, being at the center of it, it's, for me, I feel like I'm giving back religion to people without any dogma and without taking the role of being the priest or being the one that's guiding it in the sense of you should do this or you should do that. I do lead the circle with the music and the song, but I do it with the intention of I'm really serving their needs and what they want to do and where they want to go, and I'm always tuning into that. But everyone has complete freedom. I mean, the heart's there. You come in and you sit down and you sing. You're not really told to do anything. There's nothing that's kind of prearranged. It's just very natural.
Yeah.
And it's just fulfilling that need for people to have some kind of like ceremony and devotion in their life to connect to the heart, because I believe that's why we have religions all over the world, because it's a very basic human need to have that.
Do you think, though, from the outside looking in, that it could be perceived as a religion?
It could be, yeah. But I think from the stories I've heard, that people who have had that judgment, and perhaps also maybe some scar from other religions, and they've come in and gone, oh, I'm not sure about this, but usually by the end of the night they realize. Because I'm singing a Hindu mantra, and then I'm singing a Muslim mantra, and then I'm singing a Christian mantra, and then I'm singing just a song in English that I've written from my heart, and you know, how can you put a label on that?
Sure.
Except for love.
Yeah.
And that's why we have the symbol of the heart, because it's one symbol that I found we can all agree on.
Yeah.
Can't really argue with it.
Yeah.
I've tried, you know, putting Om in there and different, like, but they kind of like belong to some kind of sectarian group, and so, yeah, we use the symbol of the heart.
Once there's no instruction given by yourself, do you see yourself as a master, and the people that join your sacred circles as your disciples?
Absolutely not, no. I see myself as just a very ordinary, normal human being, and I've devoted a lot of my life towards self-awareness, but I can't say that makes me any better than anyone else. It just means I've spent a lot of time doing that rather than something else. But I also put a lot of my energy into being a good friend and a good father and all the other things that we do in life. It's just a path that I chose because it was just a burning desire inside of me. It doesn't mean that someone else should do that. I don't think someone else should do that. It's just a unique person. I was born like that.
Yeah. We often look to someone to follow, to get guidance from, as a guru, as a teacher. Maybe you're seen as a teacher of people instead of a master as such.
How people see me is really up to them. For me, I'm not projecting anything as far as I'm aware. If I am, I'd like to see it and get rid of it, because I don't really want to project or impose myself on anyone. I'm there in service. I'm there to serve a need that I recognized that is not only a need for the people who come to sing. It's a need for the planet. It's a need for life itself. And that need is that humanity needs to become self-aware. We need to connect again to our heart, and therefore through that we will connect to the land, we'll connect to nature, our nature and nature the same thing, and we'll connect to our path, you know, our destiny, why we're here, all through that same process. And so it's the disconnection that causes all of the dysfunction within the individuals, and therefore translates itself into their lives, into their relationships with others, with their family, with nature. So the disrespect we see in the world of nature, which is one of the biggest problems we face now, it just comes from a disconnection. And so recognizing that, I devoted myself to serve life, to serve humanity, serve myself by giving what I could to help life to reconnect. And so the music is something, it's just a way that I found that's really effective. It can connect people to themselves in the space of 1 or 2 hours. And it's a deep, profound connection that you can really experience and really feel. And the emotions that come with it, the Hindus call that bhakti. It's a Sanskrit, but it really means giving and receiving love. And those emotions, that's our natural state. I was watching somebody last week. She was in tears, and then within seconds she was laughing with extreme joy. And that to have a connection to those emotions, I mean, it allows us to then have a connection to ourselves, to everything. I mean, emotions, energy in motion, and when we suppress emotions, we suppress ourselves. So, yeah, it's just a really beautiful, powerful thing. You know, I want to tell you a little story. And I wrote this, I've just recorded a new album, and in one of my songs I put this little story. And when I was a young adult, I came home from a protest, and I'd been dragged through the mud and roughed up a bit by these big forest guys. And I came home, and my mother said, "Why are you fighting the mirror?" And she said, "If you want to create a change in the world, do something so beautiful that other people want to be a part of it." And that's the essence behind what I'm doing. I'm not teaching, I'm not protesting, I'm not pointing the finger, I'm not calling myself anything, a healer or anything like that. I'm just doing my best to co-create. So it's not, I'm not creating it because it's a group thing. There's many different people are involved. Creating something beautiful in the world. And that has a profound effect on children, on adults, grandparents can be involved. It appeals to anyone. We are we, and we are one.
So one of the things that I noticed as well is that you are now taking your daughter around on your journeys, and she's playing music next to you. That must be such an amazing thing to do, to travel around with your daughter. How did that come about?
Well, it's a funny story. I was really, really close to her growing up, and we lived a very alternative lifestyle. For example, she hadn't even eaten out of a packet till she was well past, 3 or 4 years old. She'd never seen a movie. She was really a nature girl, and that was the way we were living at that time, and that's what we believed in. But then when she came to need to go to school, we decided that it wasn't fair on her for us to impose what we believed in the way of lifestyle on her. I would rather that she has an experience of the world like everybody else and can make her own choices. So we compromised and put her in a Steiner school, but when she went to the Steiner school, I said to her, "You're going to meet children that look at screens, and you're going to look at those screens too, and it's going to be an amazing world there, and it'll start to make this world seem boring, and the characters on there are going to be just so amazing. They're like gods, and You know, they'll make your friends and family seem less important, and you're going to taste food that's designed by people who wear suits that are going to make it so tasty that, you know, carrots and apples and nuts they're going to taste very plain to you anymore. You might not even taste an avocado. And she was like, "No, Daddy, that's not going to happen." I said, "Yes, it is going to happen." And you know, it'll destroy your taste buds, and you'll become addicted to the screen and the food. And I said, and while that happens, I'm going to go out in the world and make a life for us where we can live our dreams. And I won't be able to get you out of that. You'll have to get yourself out. Wow. But my hand will be there, waiting for you. And literally, she went to the pits of hell. And she was addicted to movies, and addicted to screens, and got involved with drugs as well. And, I got calls. I was in Bali, and I got calls from her mother that she was in a dysfunctional relationship, and which involved abuse, physical abuse, and drug abuse, and I just chanted. I chanted all day with tears in my eyes. I couldn't do anything about it. I knew she'd gone to hospital. And the next day, I got a call. "Daddy, I'm coming." And so she came to Bali, and she was dressed in black and pale, and smoking cigarettes, but still a beautiful soul. She always was. But she wanted to go home after a while. But I said, "Look, just stick it out. Just give it a bit more time." And then I offered her to come to Hawaii with me. And she took me up on that offer, and then I said, "Look, why don't you learn harmonium?" And so she started playing harmonium, and then one day we were just playing together, and we just remembered that we'd actually decided to do that. Yeah. So it's kind of like a vision. And now we're just as close as we were back then.
That's beautiful.
And she chooses to travel with me, which is amazing.
It truly is a beautiful story, and it's a tough lesson in a way. And you know, strong on your part, because you could have so easily just grabbed her and kept hold of her, but you allowed her to learn her own lesson and come around in the end. No, that's beautiful, really beautiful.
And I've got heaven in my heart, and it's shining through my eyes, all the more brightly when it's in your eyes. It's in your eyes, and I've got heaven in my heart, and it's shining through my eyes, all the more brightly when it's in your eyes. An old man told me not to shy away from paradise, 'cause if you wait, it never comes. So sing it through you and share it in your smile. Shine it through your eyes, and I'll remember. And if we surrender, we can be the truth of who we are. We're shining like a star. You know that I've got heaven in my heart, and it's shining through my eyes all the more brightly when it's in your eyes. It's in your eyes, and I've got heaven in my heart, and it's shining through my eyes all the more brightly when it's in your eyes. It's in your eyes. I know I'm in heaven, 'cause I can see it in your eyes. Hey, I see it in your eyes. Now I know I'm in heaven, 'cause I can see it in your eyes. Oh, I see it in your eyes. Now I know I'm in heaven, 'cause I can see it in your eyes. Oh, and I can see it in your eyes. Now I know I'm in heaven, 'cause I can see it in your eyes. And don't you know that I got heaven in my heart, and it's shining through my eyes all the more brightly when it's in your eyes. Oh yeah, it's in your eyes, and I've got heaven in my heart, and it's shining through my eyes all the more brightly when it's in your eyes. Oh, it's in your eyes, and I've got heaven in my heart, and it's shining through my eyes all the more brightly when it's in your eyes. Oh yeah, it's in your eyes. I know I'm in heaven, 'cause I can see it in your eyes. Hey, I see it in your eyes. And I know I'm in heaven, 'cause I can see it in your eyes. Oh, and I can see it in your eyes. Now I know I'm in heaven, 'cause I can see it in your eyes. Oh, and I can see it in your eyes. Now I know I'm in heaven, I can see it in your eyes. Oh, and I can see it in your eyes. Now I know I'm in heaven, 'cause I can see it in your eyes. And don't you know that I got heaven in my heart, and it's shining through my eyes all the more brightly when it's in your eyes. Oh, it's in your eyes, and I've got heaven in my heart, and it's shining through my eyes all the more brightly when it's in your eyes. It's in your eyes. I know I'm in heaven, 'cause I can see it in your eyes. It's in your eyes. And if we surrender, we can be the truth of who we are, shining like a star
it truly is a message of love. That's what I'm hearing here. That to attend these events is just about sharing, connecting, and just sharing the love.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful space to be in. That I think I know what the answer is, but I want you to say in your own words, if there was one message that you wanted to give to our audience, what would that be?
Take responsibility to connect yourself back to your own true nature and find ways to do that. We all have our different ways that we like to feel connected, and it usually is something that actually makes you feel good. So do those things, and the things that make you feel rotten and that make you feel bad or tense or whatever, just stop doing them. You don't have to do them. That's what I really believe. We don't need to suffer in this life. And if you have beliefs that repeat in your head that you have to do this because of this and because of that, we'll question them and find out if it's really true. Because life is short, and it's to be enjoyed, and it's to be in joy. And from that joy, you feel a greater connection, therefore, to yourself and also to life. And what I'm experiencing is that there is a divine plan. There's the small little plans that we make, which usually come from a sense of I that's looking to get something because it's not feeling whole. But when we connect to that divine plan, we feel whole. And then we can be more spontaneous, and because we're already fulfilled. And we can be an instrument for that divine plan to work out. And what I've observed is that through that divine plan working out through us is that everybody's lifted. So it's not about me, actually. It's about us. And to be a part of that is really, really special. It's really, really safe. You can feel safe, because it's not like life is looking after you. It's more like you just know. You just know what's happening because you're connected to what's happening.
I thank you so much for this interview, and I could go on asking you lots and lots of questions. But before we finish, just let us know how we can download your music, where we can find that, and how we can become more involved in this connectedness.
Well, all my music's available up from my website, and that's kevinjamesheartsongs.com, or Kevin James Carroll. You can find me very easily, and all the music, you can play the whole songs, or you can download it by donation. So if you don't have any money, you can download it for free. It's totally fine. And if you do decide to support me, then the money goes directly to me. How do you get more involved or more connected? Look in your community, find others, join together with them. I mean, the way that I'm so involved in so many blossoming, new sparks of connection all over the world is because I've connected with people that want to make a difference, and I've joined together with them, and we support each other. And some of the places I've gone to, there's only been a handful of people. And now, years later, I go there and we're booked out, where there's hundreds of people.
Yeah.
So just understand that everything works like nature. So plant a seed. Plant a seed, and you just give it. It's very simple. You just give it a little bit of water, a little bit of sun, and nurture it. And that might mean a friendship. That might mean being kind. Once you change your inner world, the outer world automatically reflects that. And I think the main focus is start to feel good, and you'll start to attract other people who feel good, and they're usually doing cool things like connecting again. If you feel bad about it, feel bad about anything, you'll probably be drawn to people who also feel bad and have a similar attitude. So again, take responsibility. Take the time to really ask yourself what's important in your life.
Well, that's a beautiful message, and I thank you deeply.
My
That was
pleasure.
a beautiful interview. Thank you so much, Kevin.
My pleasure. Thanks a lot, Sunny.
Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 Oh, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Oh, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 Oh, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Oh, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram.